everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my high-end palettes and just kind of go through them. It's kind of like a collection video. I think I'm going to start a series here on my channel where I just kind of break down different categories of my collection and share them with you guys. I know these videos are pretty popular here, so I thought I would share my palettes today. So they are not only eyeshadow palettes, they're pretty much just like any high-end palettes that I have that are pretty big for the most part. So let's jump on into this video. As always, be sure to subscribe below. That way you will be updated when I post new videos. And give this video a big thumbs up and let's get on with this video. To start off, the first palette I have is from Anastasia. This came out, I would say, like a year and a half ago, and it's my only Anastasia palette, or Anastasia, however you say it. So I remember I got this palette for like $25 or $30 back last August, and now when you look at like the palettes that she's releasing, like the Modern Renaissance, which I think is around $50, you can really tell that she's really upped the prices since she's became pretty popular. So I'm glad I was able to get my hands on one before the price is kind of jacked up. And this one right here is the World Traveler palette. And to be honest with you guys, I don't use it that often, but I got it because number one, the price was really good, but also just the like shade selection in this palette is beautiful. There's some really unique colors that I don't have in my collection. For instance, like this yellow color, it's like a mustardy yellowy green. It's really beautiful. You also get her famous shade Pink Champagne, which is like a beautiful glittery pink champagne color. And I just thought there was such a nice range of shades. Like you have some neutrals on this side, you have some colors and some like smoky colors, and the black in here is really pigmented, really rich and creamy. The formula of these shadows are amazing and I'm really glad I was able to get my hands on this palette. So this right here is my first high-end purchase in makeup like ever. I got this, I think I was in like 6th grade, and I remember it was just my birthday and I took my birthday money, I ran to Ulta and I bought this. And this really is my baby. Like, it's been with me through everything. I've hit pan on a couple of them, and to be honest with you guys, I still use it to this day, and I always get compliments when I wear this. I just feel like the shimmery shades, which are almost all of them because there's only like 2 matte shades in this palette, but the shimmery shades are just so beautiful. They really make a statement on the eyes. They blend like a dream. This is the only naked palette that I have, but honestly, it was always my favorite out of all of the ones they've released. Okay, this next one is honestly probably my all-time favorite palette. This is the Aqua Lilies for Tarte palette. Tarte comes out with these like circular disc looking palettes pretty often. Like I know they have some right now. This particular one I got like 3 or 4 years ago is waterproof, which is awesome. And I live here in Florida where it's always hot. So this is really great, especially the face portion. Like you get 6 shadows and then you get a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight. I find that the face products stay on all day. They don't like fade or, you know, streak off the face. They really last. This highlight in this palette is beautiful. It really is. Like even before highlighting was a thing, this like it's just so beautiful. Like I said, it lasts all day. I think it's a really great find, and I would recommend checking out like the newer palettes just because I think the formula of everything in here is amazing. Okay, next up, this was featured in my favorites of 2016. This is the Anastasia Glow Kit in That Glow. At first I was hesitant to spend the $40 on it just because I was like, they're just highlighters. Like I feel like this is just a phase, and it kind of is. Like highlighting was a really big thing for 2016. But I'm so glad that I got my hands on this. I actually have it on my cheekbones today. I don't know if you could see my glow on the tip of my nose, but that's what I'm wearing today. I love this so much. It just gives like the most natural yet like pretty glow to the skin. It looks like effortless. It doesn't look like you're wearing makeup a lot of the times. And I just really like this one, especially the That Glow one. I feel like the shades in here are just really complimentary. I highly recommend this. Okay, next we have this blush palette from BH Cosmetics, and I got this for like $10 on their website at one point, so it was really affordable. To be honest, the packaging is really cheap. It's kind of like a cheap plastic, but surprisingly enough, I really like this palette, guys. You get, what, 10 pretty decent sized blushes, and you get like a really nice assortment of shades. You have like some light pinks, some neutral shades, some coral, a little bit of brown. Like there's just a really great assortment of shades. Honestly, I've used every single one in here except for this like bronzy color, which I don't really reach for. But all the other ones I've used, and they're really great quality. They last a nice amount of time on the cheeks. And I would recommend this if you're someone who just kind of wants like an assortment of colors, or if you're a makeup artist and you need kind of like a nice amount. This is a really great like starter blush palette, and I highly recommend it. Okay, I also have this blush palette from Tarte. This came out with one of their holiday collections. I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. The packaging is really pretty. It has like this like clutch kind of design. The only thing is it's a little bit bulky, but it's really nice. You open it up and you get 5 different blush colors. And I actually really do like this palette. The Tarte blushes are amazing. They last all day. This is the Amazonian clay formula. I think they did a really good job with the assortment of shades in here. You get like a nice pink, a coral, some plums. The only one I don't really care for is this first one. It's so light, it does not show up on me. But other than that, the other 4 are great, and I do really like this. Moving on, we also have the Too Faced Stardust palette. I got this about a year ago, and honestly, guys, I don't reach for it that often. I feel like I have like a love-hate with this palette. It's really beautiful. There's some really nice shades. I'm someone who loves like warm tones, but I love purples as well. And that's why I was really drawn to this palette, because there's a nice amount of both of those things. So like the mattes in here are really great. They blend out nice. But honestly, some of the shades in here, like this row, which I was most excited about, like this purple row right here, they're not as pigmented as I would like this purple one. I don't know if you can see that, but not too pigmented, and I wasn't that impressed with that. And then this really pretty cool tone mauve shade right here, or taupey shade, is really not that pigmented also. It's really chalky. Yeah, I don't know. It was like a hit and miss with this palette for me, so I don't know if I'd recommend this. I don't even know if you could still get this, but I wasn't really that impressed with it when it was really hyped up. I have another Tarte little thing right here. I want to include this because I consider it a palette, even though it's a little bit more on the smaller side. This is called the Park Avenue Princess little palette, and it's their contour palette. You get a full-size bronzer, you get a blush and a highlight. I don't really like the highlight, but as you can tell, I really do like the blush and the contour shade. I use this a lot. This is really great. I like to keep this on my vanity just for like day-to-day use. The Park Avenue Princess bronzer is really good. It's great for all over the face, and the blush color in here is great. It goes with any type of look you may wear. The only thing I don't care for too much is the highlight. It's a little too subtle in my opinion. Like, I don't even know if you'll see that on my hand. This is a different one, but it's over here and you can't really see it. So I don't really care for that very much, but I do really like the blush and the contour shade. Okay, then I also have the Lorac Pro palette. This is the original, and I love this. I haven't been using it that much lately. I feel like it's kind of been buried in my collection, so I'm glad that I've been doing this video. But if you are someone who's like, again, starting off with makeup, you really just want to get like one palette, I highly suggest getting this one. It's really great. It has a lot of neutral shades. You have a whole top row of matte and then a whole bottom row of shimmers. And as you can see, I've hit pan on this like bronze color right here. It's beautiful. I love this. They blend really nicely. The only thing is they're a little bit powdery, but you just need to tap your brush off and you're good to go. Like, they just blend out like a dream. You can create so many looks with this. I just think this is a really great starter palette. Next up, we have the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I got this at the beginning of last year after everyone had featured this in their 2015 favorites. And I was really excited, but to be honest with you guys, I never reached for this palette. I don't really find myself using these lighter colors very often to set my eyes. I just use my loose powder. And then the contour shades, I'm not sure how I feel about them. Like, I feel like it's too much for me. I don't really like the way it looks. I feel like it looks really muddy. They blend nicely, but I don't really care for the shades very much. Like, these two are way too dark in my opinion, but then that one is just kind of like a too cool toned. So don't reach for this that often. I need to play around with it more though, I feel like, because I haven't given it enough of a chance. So I'm going to bring that out some more this year. Okay, and then the last two palettes I have to share with you guys are both my MAC palettes. I wanted to start off by saying that if you have the money, number one, and number two, if you've been always wanted to create your own palette, I highly recommend going to MAC and like starting a palette. No, by no means do you have to fill it or anything like that, but just go and start one. It's definitely my most used makeup item probably in my entire collection are my eyeshadows from MAC. I love them so much. I know they're not as hyped up as they used to be, but I still continue to like vouch for them because I love them so much. First off, just so you know, the palettes are very inexpensive themselves. Like, they're way cheaper than the Z palettes. I believe that this palette cost me $8, and then that smaller one I have is like $6. So they're very affordable. They're like half the price of Z palettes. And you can get the insert, which I did have, but I did take out because I decided to like put way more shadows in here. So this bigger palette, I kind of turn into a random palette. I keep some shadows from MAC in here that I don't really reach for as often, and then I've also depotted a couple of shadows that I really wanted to just kind of have in here. Actually, this one right here, this like blue-brown one, is from Wet n Wild, and it's what it's on my eyes today, and it's just all over my eye. I love that one. I just love this. I really do. I also have like this is like one of their cream highlighters that's really pretty in shell. It's kind of like an assortment of things in here, but I really like this, especially if you're a makeup artist. And then this smaller one here I've turned into like my everyday eyeshadow palette. If you guys want to see like a video where I go over all the shades, let me know. But these are pretty much like my all-time favorite shadows. I use this almost every single day. But I love MAC shadows. They're amazing. I really like creating like their little palettes. And they actually have dropped the price of their single shadows. They used to be $10 a piece, and now they're $6. So they're the same as Makeup Geek. Highly recommend trying out a few. Alright guys, so that finishes off this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of my palettes. Let me know what collection video you guys would like to see next, whether it be like lipsticks or blushes, eyeliners, nail polish, whatever you guys want to see, let me know, because I really want to kind of make this a new trend here on my channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.